Good morning, good morning. Check, check, and we are live. Good morning to you all. It's been a few days. Unfortunately, I had been blasted with the COVID. So I was out of kaputs for and still coughing up a little bit of this infectious bull crap in my chest. However, we're doing a lot better now. I guess the main point of why I wanted to come on and the topic for today was to talk about how to bounce back after being sick. So I am sick, wasn't feeling good. This is very common. I don't know anyone who's gone through life who at any point in time did not get sick. No one. Do you know anyone who's never gotten sick before? Ever? Ever? I mean, ever. Not the common cold, not COVID, not, or I'm even talking about ailments or injuries. This philosophy can kind of carry over and be the same. Just the time lengths, the pains, the difficulties, and the challenges may vary. So, talking about how to bounce back after being sick. Well, rule number one is not being too hard on yourself. Why? Because everyone gets sick. Go figure. We have this, the high achievers, the go-getters, the ass kickers of the world. Many people I get I'm very honored and privileged to work with on a daily basis in the coaching business, but that we can want to do so well that when we actually have to sit down and rest, shut up, and not do anything, we completely lose control. It's not working out. We're not doing good. We don't feel very good. Not along those lines. So making sure to start off how to bounce back after being sick is good morning. Good morning. Thanks for coming in this morning to check out. Just that mutual understanding and forgiveness that we do get sick. I get sick. Okay. What am I going to do about it? Trying to get healthy. I'm not going to go into how I go about getting healthy and stuff. I'm not a doctor. I can give you some basic things. Like I use a lot that neti pot thing. I use that like crazy anytime I have any type of nasal congestion, gargle peroxide, drink those vitamin C drinks. I don't get too crazy with it. So we're not going to spend too much time talking about the remedies for COVID because I don't know. I'm not a doctor in that field. What I would say though is the first off foremost having the right headspace for when you're actually sick and forgiving yourself. Like this stuff takes time. You're going to feel a little beat up. Like right now, kind of talking through even a couple minutes in it's kind of hard to do the show just because my throat's was really sore and congested and stuff like that. So forgive yourself that it's not going to be perfect. Excuse me. Right off the bat when you come back. So first off, that level of forgiveness. Next, we're going to go into quickly just the 5 pillars of personal development, something that we usually always come back to. Let's go ahead and get these ones on the banner. Number 1, being sleep. Number 2, exercise. Number 3, diet. Number 4, breathing. Number 5, sobriety. Okay. So we're going to get into real quick, a touch back up. So when you are sick, how to bounce back from being sick, then we kind of need to jump into the 5 pillars of personal development. is number one, making sure that your sleep is good, is adequate. You're getting at least 8 to 9 hours, whatever it is. And don't be scared to take a nap and to really rest when you don't feel good. Even when you're not full blown sick, if you just don't feel good and you need 300 milligrams of caffeine to kind of hit the turbochargers and get back at it and on it, then you probably need a nap versus another energy drink. I'm just saying. And they're like, oh, Tanner, my job doesn't allow that. Oh, I don't allow that. Well, like anything, you can either, humans have this incredible power to make choices. And maybe that's the line in the sand that you figure out, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Maybe I'm not doing what's best for me. Get that thinking going and kind of don't be scared to challenge and ask yourself and just saying like, oh, this is the way it is how it's always going to be. That's just how it's got to be. That's a bunch of bullshit and that's a story that we tell ourselves. Not true. So first off, making sure that you have adequate sleep and that your lifestyle allows you to have adequate sleep. Number two, exercise. So exercising while we are sick, very limited capacity, not doing that. But you're also, if you're going to be sleeping so much, like my back was fucking killing me because I was just laying down and sleeping all the whole damn day. And excuse me, it was just laying down the whole dang day. So exercise, some type of form of movement, stimulation, and I would say break this down to stretching or at least slow movements, maybe getting some hot and cold water, pushing yourself some way, some shape or form that way, getting exercise. Number three, diet, making sure that the foods that we are consuming are going to help us get over being sick. Yes, I'm talking about fruits and vegetable overload. Fruit and vegetable overload for when you are sick. How to bounce back. Diet. If you're not feeling very well, and I'm not saying you have to be full-blown sick with COVID, but if you do not feel very well, ask yourself, what have I been eating? What have I been putting in my mouth? Am I eating blueberries or am I eating Hershey bars? Jim Rohn, famous speaker, he always had this analogy. It's like in life, we're making choices. We can either grab the apple that's going to push us closer to what we really want and feel better, or we can grab a Hershey bar, right? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Talking about being sick makes sense. Watching what you eat, very, very important. More spinach, more blueberries, less sugary treats, less foods, empty calorie that we do not want or need. Diet. Next, on to breathing. My relationship with breathing after COVID has even gotten that much stronger. I am that much more confident that it is crucial to be able to breathe and to be able to feel the air coming in and out of our bodies and fuel our body properly as we're trying to recover, getting the necessary oxygen and carbon dioxide out of our bodies in an efficient manner. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Asking yourself, do you breathe through your nose regularly? Highly recommend it. Breathe by James Nestor, one of the best breathing books I've ever had the chance to read. I can put it in the description and comments below. But Breathe by James Nestor is absolutely phenomenal. Breathing. If we look at all the things that we're going through, if I told everyone they have to go without one, you go without sleep, you go without eating, you go without exercise, and then one person you have to go without breathing, who do you think is going to last the longest? Kind of just shows the importance of it. And good breathing is not involuntary. Quality breathing is not involuntary. You're going to have to stop and tell yourself like, hey, taking in a deep breath every now and again. If you need help and this is one of the things a lot of people think is weird and cheesy or corny or something along. If you don't know breathing exercises, you can always reach out to me over at talktotanner.com and I can go through breathing exercises with you. I can at least set you up with some basic stuff to get you on the right foot. Or you can go YouTube University. That works great as well. Lastly, 5, sobriety. Are you sober? You smoke pot, drinking alcohol, consuming nicotine, caffeine. Oh, he said caffeine. Yes, caffeine included. Caffeine's like a payday loan. Yeah, you get a nice little boost, jolt up front, and then it fizzles off and causes crashes. Inconsistency in states of flow. I understand that caffeine has its place in certain forms, but we tend to do a really good job of lying about when it is needed versus not needed. And they're like, oh, well, if I just can't get up, can't get going through the day without it. Is that true? If I put a gun to your head and I said, if you take one sip of that coffee, you're done so. Would you still drink it? Probably not. Would you still be able to function and move and get everything done that you would want to need to get done? Yes, you would. So it's just some form, some ritual, just like many of the other things, such as nicotine, alcohol, some of the other drugs and stimulants that come off as like a payday loan. You get a nice payday up front, and then you got to pay bigger interest later on, especially for the caffeine drinkers in the afternoon. Enough on caffeine, just because I had recently quit myself and had kind of learned and discovered that I'm actually a lot more energetic without it. Holy cow. More energetic without caffeine. Weird. Tends to stimulate and dehydrate us a little bit more than we would like. And it's all about rehydration and helping get an infection out of us and on how to bounce back after being sick. So focusing on these 5 pillars of personal development are always a great start. Well, focusing on these, get these down, see where you can improve. I like to play a game where I rate them: the sleep, the exercise, the diet, the breathing, and the sobriety. Rate them 1 to 10 to your level of satisfaction. Such as my sleep's at a 2. Well, what would it look like if my sleep was at a 10? How long would I be sleeping? Do I need to make changes? If you tell me that I cannot change this because my life doesn't allow it, then you need to change your life. Because without this bedrock, without these functioning pillars of personal development, you will stagnate, not grow. Things will be a lot harder on you, and you'll get sick a lot more often. Again, if your life does not allow you to improve these things, we either need a philosophy change, mindset change, or we need an employer change. We got to change something, because we can't sit here and allow ourselves to tolerate having bad sleep, not exercising, eating bullshit foods, not caring about the oxygen that we take in, or dozy-do, hearing this, we want this substance, this one, and the stacking effect happens, and people crash and burn hard. Seen it too many times, read too many books, that without this nice solid foundation, it is really hard to bounce back after being sick. Thank you all so much. Sorry I'm coughing, hacking, sneezing. I'm in the safety of my own home, so we're all good there. We're wrapping up today. This is a touch back on the 5 pillars of personal development. We love these ones. We come back to them time and time again because they stay true. Whenever my life's getting out of whack, I come back and like, are these things in alignment? Am I working on this shit? Is this stuff doing okay? Ask yourself 1 through 10 to your level of satisfaction. How are they going? And if it's a lower number and you think you might need to work on it, see if that helps you out. And if not, if I can help with any other deeper, more pressing questions, please, always, you can come back to talktotanner.com, set up a free session, whether it's going over breathing, working on substance abuse. You want to quit caffeine? You want to quit nicotine? I'm your man. Let's set it up. We don't need that bullshit. It's a lie that we need that stuff anyway. We just need to set up the right environment and remember that we only crave something that we desire. And so you and I work on eliminating that desire. Interesting stuff, right? Cheers. Well, I'm going to bounce. before my throat explodes. I got a bunch of paperwork to do to catch back up after sitting out last week. But I will be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. live, to go over the power of one and how we can kind of get started. Now that we have this in order, we got our little sleep routine, stretching for exercise while we're sick, the right foods that we want to eat while we're sick, breathing exercises, making sure we're completely sober. Now it's like, what do we do next? And we'll cover just that when we tune in with the Power of One tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. live, Central Standard Time. Thanks so much. Everyone have an amazing Monday. Don't be scared to rest. Take a nap. I'm going to take a nap later today after I get some work done. Don't push yourself too hard, but let's head in the right direction. Cheers, friends. See you in the morning. Till next time.